Welcome to Your Healthy Kitchen from Dignity Health Yavapai Regional Medical Center.
Welcome to Dignity Health, YRMC's Your Healthy Kitchen. I'm your host, Rita Carey Rubin. You know, at this time of the year, the daylight is short, there's a chill in the air, and your backyard garden might be done. But there's no shortage of produce at the Prescott Farmers Market. You know, local farmers are harvesting a big variety of fresh and delicious fruits and vegetables right now, including some pumpkins and other winter squashes, eggplant, okra, and tomatoes, some crispy celery, onions and garlic, cool weather greens, spicy chilies, apples, melons, fresh herbs, and so much more. And here's just a sample of what I found at the market this past Saturday. So there's a wonderful selection of winter squashes. So squashes that are hard-shelled. This is a white pumpkin, butternut squash, delicata squash, kabocha, not kombucha, kabocha squash, fresh herbs. You can still find summer herbs there like basil, mint, parsley, cilantro. There's a whole huge selection of chilies. These are some jalapenos, and these are some sweet frying peppers, yellow and red. Also some okra, again, some late summer produce, including some eggplant as well. Great root vegetables coming on now. As the weather cools, those root vegetables get sweeter. So there's carrots, onions, garlic, potatoes. There's still some fruit out there too, some late summer melons, and these are apples. There's some dried apples. I saw some Asian pears as well. These are shishito peppers, which are fun little frying peppers that you blister with some heat and throw a little flaky sea salt on, and they're delicious. Little baby bell peppers, also regular size bells. A little bit, some tomatoes still, green beans, celery, and lots of greens. This happens to be frisee, a really fun salad green. There's also spinach and kale, and just a whole variety of greens to choose from. Microgreens, and then the usual wonderful foods that they have at the market. Wonderful Lebanese food, kombucha, breads, baked goods, samosas, and so much more. So autumn is it's a great time to go stock up on fruits and vegetables that store well. So things like squashes and onions and garlic and potatoes. And then, take advantage right now to savor the last of summer's bounty, including those eggplants, tomatoes, bell peppers, summer squash, and fresh herbs like basil, thanks to our long growing season. So with so much to choose from, it was really hard to decide what to make for our show today. So I chose a recipe that features a few of the tastes of late summer and fall. So I'm making a potato salad, a crispy roasted potato salad with celery, green beans, and a spicy dressing made with chilies, garlic, ginger, and fresh herbs. So let's get cooking. So start off with some potatoes. These are these wonderful fingerling potatoes that I bought from Whipstone Farm. So really fun. They come in all sorts of fun shapes. And all you do to cook the potatoes is just slice them into maybe 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch slices. I like to slice them on the diagonal and either bake them in the oven with olive oil and salt, or you can fry them in a frying pan. But what you want is potatoes that are nice and browned on either side. So there's your potatoes. And potatoes, are really a great source of vitamin C. And they also have some antioxidant phytochemicals. So phytochemicals are those chemicals that you find in plants that have medicinal qualities, help to prevent disease, lower inflammation. And it's really interesting research on organic produce, and especially potatoes, that organic produce can have a greater quantity of those phytochemicals, those beneficial phytochemicals. So everything that you find at the farmer's market is really grown organically. So they're really nutrient packed. So we've got our potatoes. So second, I'm going to throw in some green beans. I have some water boiling here. And we're just going to blanch the green beans just to tenderize them a little bit. really a minute, maybe a minute and a half. You want to just bring them to a boil, and you'll see the color turns like a bright, vibrant green, and you want like a tender, crisp, al dente kind of texture. So again, a minute maybe max, and those will be ready to go. Green beans are also very nutritious. They are a really good source of fiber, so about 3.5 grams per cup. It's really easy to eat a cup of green beans or more, so you can get a really great head start on your fiber intake for the day. They're also a good source of potassium and vitamin K and vitamin C, and also folate, which is a really important B vitamin that we know might help to lower homocysteine levels in your blood and reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. And green beans also have a phytochemical called quercetin, Querticin, I think. And quercetin is a really powerful anti-inflammatory phytochemical that we know has been linked in research to reduced cardiovascular disease as well. So the common little green bean is full of good stuff, good medicine. So just give these another second to cook. And while they're cooking, I'm going to slice up some celery. For this salad, I just like to slice the celery thinly on a diagonal because it looks really pretty in the salad. And if it's sliced nice and thin, it's easy to eat. And celery, I was talking to Shanti Raid over at Whipstone Farm. She said, celery is not the easiest thing to grow in our climate, but they are doing it successfully, as are a few other farmers at the market. And the celery here is a little darker green, as you can see, and a little smaller, a little skinnier. And it's got a nice pungent flavor. So it's actually a lot more flavorful than store-bought celery. And my guess is because of that extra flavor, the celery is actually more nutritious because many of the phytochemicals that we get in food are actually lend flavor and nutrients to the food. So often, the darker your fruits and vegetables, the more nutritious they are. So let me pull these green beans out real quick. I'm just going to let them cool a little bit. If you want to, you can run these under cold running water and stop the cooking. Or just lay them out on your cutting board until they're ready to handle. Let me take this off the stove. Turn that off. There we go. So let's talk about celery a little bit more. It's actually a nutritious food. You might think that it's just a bunch of water, which it is. The celery has a lot of water, which is nice because it can help your body hydrate. So we actually get a lot of water from the fruits and vegetables that we eat. And celery is about 95% water, so it's a really good hydrating food to eat and to snack on. And it's also really a good source of vitamin C and potassium, vitamin K, and also some antioxidants and anti-inflammatory chemicals. And celery has been linked with lowered blood pressure. So it could be due to the phytochemicals in the celery. It could also be due to the potassium. But it has this, we call it a vasodilatory effect, which means it helps your blood vessels stretch with every heartbeat. So that helps to lower your blood pressure. I'm going to throw in a few of the celery leaves in my salad too, which have a nice bright flavor. I'm not going to throw too many in because it can be overwhelming, so maybe just about that much. I'll tear them up in a little bit, and we'll throw those in with the rest of the vegetables. So my green beans, I'm just chopping into little bite-sized pieces. Again, just when you're cooking, just think about how it's going to be to eat the food and what size slices you want and And even also visually, how do you want that meal to look? So we've got green beans and celery, and I'm going to put this right into this bowl with the potatoes. So next step is we'll make a dressing. And to turn my stove back on. So dressing is a warm dressing, and it's made with a little bit of rice vinegar, unseasoned, so that means it doesn't have salt or sugar in it. We're going to put a little bit of maple syrup in the pan. So this is about 1/4 cup of the rice vinegar, and I'll do about a teaspoon of maple syrup, maybe about that much. And also we're going to put in some spicy ginger and some garlic. And if you've watched any of my shows over the years, you'll know I use a lot of spices and herbs because they also have incredible medicinal qualities, packed with phytochemicals and nutrients. So garlic is right up there, as is ginger with health benefits. And so the garlic, I'm mincing it, so I'm just cutting it into really small pieces. You can also use a grater and grate the garlic, and that will actually pull even more garlic flavor into the dressing. So with garlic, the smaller the pieces, the more flavor you're going to get in your food. The ginger, I am going to grate this, and just need maybe about a teaspoon, half a teaspoon. You could play with the flavor and see what you like best. But I like this dressing to be nice and pungent because we're flavoring things that are kind of mildly flavored, potatoes and green beans and celery. So I want to give the dressing a lot of punch. So there's the ginger. I'm going to throw that into the pan. I think I might chop it just a little bit more finely. So we've got our maple syrup, ginger, garlic, and we're just going to let that simmer a little bit and add a little jalapeno pepper to it. So this is a beautiful, ripe, red jalapeno. It's definitely got some heat. And so this part, just adjust it for your taste. I am not the greatest with super spicy food. So I put in just a few slices of jalapeno, but you can put more. So depending on your taste, add as much spice as you want. So that's it. That's the dressing. The last ingredient will just be a little bit of sesame oil to balance out the flavors. But I'm just going to let that simmer just for a minute or so everything combines nicely. And then we're going to put in some herbs. So I have some cilantro, and I'm also going to use some fresh mint. I was so excited to see mint at the market still. Smells great. This is spearmint, I think. So this dish has some Asian flavors, a little bit of Thai influence with the mint. You could also throw some fresh basil in here. That would be delicious. Parsley, really any herbs that you like. And what I like to do with these is just to tear them, not cut them. And I'm going to do that after we put the dressing on. And then the final addition is some chopped peanuts to add a little crunch and a little bit of salt. So I'll just roughly chop these, make it a little bit easier to eat. So chilies, oh my goodness, the nutrition in chilies is amazing. Chilies have more vitamin C pretty much than anything else, more than an orange for sure. Though you probably wouldn't eat like an amount of chilies the size of an orange at one time, but they're a really good source of vitamin C. And also capsaicin, which is the phytochemical that gives chilies their heat. And both vitamin C and capsaicin are anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. But capsaicin, I think, has been shown to perhaps reduce the plaque formation on blood vessels. It can also reduce blood pressure by, again, letting your blood vessels stretch, increasing vasodilation. If you've eaten something hot and you get all flushed, you know that vasodilation is what's happening right there. And also, there's a lot of products now that you can use topically with capsaicin creams that help with minor aches and pains. So very healthy food. Okay, so ready to dress this. I'll pour a little bit of sesame oil in the mix here. And give it a little stir. Let's see. And this salad can last. It's best, I think, if you eat it right away and eat it when it's warm. So here we go. We'll pour on the dressing. It smells really good. Give it a stir. Wow, it smells delicious. I'll throw in a good amount of cilantro, really mostly whole leaves. I'll tear them a little bit. Throw in that mint, a few of those celery leaves, just a little bit, and then the peanuts, and that's it. So super simple, nice warm potato salad for chilly days, packed with nutrients and important phytochemicals to keep your body healthy. And there it is. So it's delicious, nutritious, it's beautiful. So give it a try. And remember to check out all the Prescott Farmers Market has to offer every Saturday at the Dignity Health parking lot on Miller Valley Road. And you can get updates on the market by signing up for their newsletter as well, just by going to prescottfarmersmarket.org. And be sure to check out all of our seasonal recipes, which often feature ingredients fresh from the local farmers at yrmchealthconnect.org. And you can also download all of our recipes, including today's. And you can also follow me on Facebook, where I post photos and videos of the meals I make at home, plus links to my favorite food and gardening destinations on the web. So until next time, eat well and be well, and we'll see you soon.